What's going on, people? One and only Natster here, live and direct, and in full effect. Yes. The reason why I'm sounding like this is because we're out. We're fucking out, people. I'm back once again. I am sick to death of fucking Lego heads. This fucking wet wipe of a manager. He's an absolute scumbag. Complete and utter cunt. That is exactly what he is, yeah. Best believe that. I mean, I know I've been a bit late, so lateness is greatness and all of that. My bad, but yeah, a few extra things to do, but it is what it is. Do you know what we'll do before I get into it? Because I've got a couple of hours, give or take. And I will put the link out later this time as well. You guys definitely deserve that after the 45, almost 50-minute wait. Big up AFC always. Loving that logo as well. Big up. Any Arsenal fan that thinks this is unacceptable is part of the problem. Another year of no trophy and more excuses while watching other teams win stuff. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is. A disgrace. If you know, you know. And AFC always definitely knows. Best believe that, brother. I'm done with this, man. Yeah. Been saying this, man. Been saying this shit. I have had it. Whether it's a gal, Christian to a degree, Stricto, whoever's backing this manager even slightly, you're part of the problem. Because you don't give a shit about this football club. Tottenham could win the Europa League. I believe they already have more European trophies than we do. We just usurp them domestically. Chelsea obviously have more European trophies. And then, of course, you've got the Man Uniteds and Liverpools as well. Like, how much more of this do we have to take as Arsenal fans? The real Arsenal fans, yeah? You know, it's hurting my brain. Like, on the real, it's hurting my brain. It's hurting my brain. If you know, you know. Best believe that. But yeah, no, I'm fed up of this crap. If Arteta had any self-respect for himself and Arsenal, he would announce his resignation effective immediately. I know you didn't say that, but just had to add that at the end of the season. Facts. Absolutely right, mate. Like, this guy has no shame. He's got negative shame. In other words, he's beyond. He's absolutely well and truly beyond shameless, yeah? Beyond shameless. No self-awareness, like a fucking bitch. And he is a bitch. Let's be fucking real, yeah? The same guy that conquered his wife. Yeah, all right, mate. All right. Ever since Ødegaard held his camera on the pitch, he has been in decline. Celebrate trophies, not matches. There we go. Back once again. AFC always. Big up your damn self each and every single time, man. Like, for me, what bothers me more, and I alluded to it about a minute or so ago, is that the fact there's too many fans that just don't give a shit. They're supporting the club either for the wrong reasons or they're supporting it for the right reasons, but they no longer give a shit because they see certain players, mainly Nick and the Living Guard and fucking Lego Head, as top of the tree, numero uno, the ultimate, the fucking ultimate. You know, not ultimate team, by the way. Fuck EA. But anyway, we move. Basically, too many of these fans, these tippity top of toppest gooners, they think that the manager is the football club. They put him above the actual football club. They think the manager's the star. No, the club is the star and the fans in and around it. And when I say around, I mean all around the world. Lloyd settings and all of that. I know it's girls from all around the world, but either way. either way, I digress on that. We move. Yeah, it's beyond a fucking joke here, lads and ladettes and unicorns as well. You know, gotta be, you know, inclusive here and all that shit. But yeah, like, when is enough going to be enough? Like, when is enough going to truly be enough? Like, we are at a point now where Man United, Tottenham, and Chelsea, fuck me, Chelsea, they can win something this season. And Palace, Lord of mercy, Jesus. I don't want to be there. Me not there. Me not there. On a real though, like, it's embarrassing. The only thing I want to see is Arteta out or Arteta out. Best believe that. That's the only thing that needs to happen. This whole, you know, 350, 40, 30, 20 mil war chest and all that fucking bollocks, yeah? What really needs to happen is that fuck it, even if it's 40, 50 mil of that war chest, bin this fucking wet wipe off, this absolute little narcissistic prick, Napoleon complex, and all of that. Absolute fucking bitch, main character syndrome, when all you've ever been is a sideman. You've been more of a sideman than fucking Edu sucks toes, bro. Let that sink in. And I tell you what, if Edu exposes you like a motherfucker, I'll stop calling him Edu sucks toes. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the Arteta inners and all of that, sexuals, whatever you want to fucking call them, they'll be like, but you said you'd stop calling Arteta Lego head. Yeah, if he won the Champions League. But guess what? He didn't. And I'm done with the excuses right now. Right here, right now, Fat Boy Slim says, don't want to hear it. Shut up, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a disgracia. It's a complete disgracia that this guy could actually last 6 years. 6 whole years, 5 full seasons going into the 6th one. I mean, like, what are we doing here, people? You know, it's year after year after year after year. And the irony is, what made him successful in 7-8 months, you know, won the FA Cup, playing 3 at the back, or 5, 3, 5, either way, either fucking way, right? He went away from that. Man City and Chelsea in the semi-final and final, he played 3 at the fucking back. And now, the only player that's going to be leaving at the end of the season now, because obviously the season's done completely, that played in the semi-final and final, that is actually technically an FA Cup winner, is Kieran Tierney. Everyone else at this football club ain't won shit. Declan Rice has won for West Ham, cool. But again, that's for West Ham. Who else have we got? Mikel Merino won was it a Copa del Rey with Real Sociedad? I think, because I think he's been at Real Sociedad for a while. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the chat, but I believe he's won it with a fucking pillow foot. And then you got Thomas Partey, he's won shit with Atletico, you know, La Liga at least once, I believe, and the Copa del Rey probably once, maybe twice. You know, Gabriel and Saliba, they ain't won anything. Benoit ain't won shit. And then you got David Raya, who ain't won shit as well. So the vast majority of even our first teamers ain't won shit. No wonder when push comes to shove, when it really matters, when no pressure FC have to turn up under fucking pressure, when it really matters, they fold like a deck of cards, mate. And I'm sick to death of this fucking bullshit, you know? But you fucking cunts, You Jim Jones, Captain Black looking ass, worshipping motherfuckers, right? In Lego Head, that is. You want to give him time. Yeah, it didn't take him fucking 5 years to win a trophy. It took him fucking what? 7, 8 months? 7, 8 months. He was in the job at December. He won the FA Cup in August because it was a COVID season. Or it might have been July. It might have been July. So what was that? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah. 7, 8, yeah, 7 months, basically. And even if it is August for whatever, I believe it's July, but either way, 7, 8 months. Period. So it took him one season, basically. One season to win a trophy. He finished 8th. I don't care with the fact that he finished 8th. Even at that fucking time, we won the FA Cup in COVID. Haven't you found this very strange? A coincidence? A lot of you people will call it. See me, bruv. I don't believe in coincidences. This fucking fraudulent wet wipe of a fucking ass rookie manager, he's only ever been to, I believe it's 3 semi-finals, or maybe 4 in total, because it's like the Europa League, 2 League Cups, and now the Champions League. 4 semi-finals. Oh, no, wait. I think it's like 4 semi-finals, but it's basically like 7 in total because of the legs and all that shit. But either way, he's been to a Champions League semi-final. He's been to 2 2 League Cup semi-finals, and he's been to a Europa League semi-final. So that's basically 3 different competitions. And you could add the FA Cup, semi-final as well, make it 4, so that's 5, 6, 7, whatever. 7 semi-finals, basically, right? So he's not got past the final since he won that FA Cup, right? That was during COVID, with no fucking fans. Yet when the fans came back, no final. Eddie Howe's been to a final since and won it. He's been to 2, actually. 1-1. Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup. Newcastle guaranteed European football. It just depends which one now. They might actually be in the Champions League as well, because Villa have kind of fallen off a bit. But I reckon Villa will be in Europe, but probably the Europa League. Maybe the Conference League. And if they're in the Conference League, they're winning it. If they're in the Europa League, I believe they win it. With Unai Emery being a Europa League specialist, and definitely if it's the Conference League, he's winning either one. Either one. Let's just keep it all the way James Brown, ain't it funky in this bitch right now? Yeah? For me, this manager don't have it. He never did. And the only reason why you're backing him is because you worship this fucker. Or you fancy him. Either way, it's 2025. I don't give a shit. But you don't care about this football club like you say you do. It doesn't mean the same to you. You're not pissed off. You're not angry. You're full of shit. The Egals, etc. And obviously Julian even more so. And there are others. There are definitely others. I'm pissed off more with the older heads. And the ones that have been following Arsenal, been to the games and all of that shit for many years, more than I've been supporting Arsenal. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? Why'd you let your standards drop? I can understand the young Gs. Because this is the best they've seen. Slightly older, around my age group, give or take, because I'm 30. Like, we've seen at least 1 league title. I've seen 2, and I remember those 2. I was technically alive for the 98, but I weren't really watching football like that. I'm gonna be honest. In the 90s, I weren't really watching sport like that. I was more playing it, to be honest. In the park, in the garden, football, rugby. Not like most of you fucking mutants are on Twitter, or what I call Twatter. You don't leave your fucking house. You don't even leave your house to go to the fucking shop, you fucking melts. Period. And it kind of bothers me. And football, whether people like it or not, whether you're into it, interested or not, it is a reflection of society. This society is beyond fucking tapped. You know, it is completely and utterly broken beyond repair. And I see most Arsenal fans like this. It started with Wenger. I had this kind of, I wouldn't say debate, but mini kind of back and forth argument with Guru. Nothing personal, you know. I think Guru's all right. I think he's cool. But yeah, just disagree with him on the whole, well, we've got to stop blaming Wenger for what's happening now. But the point I was making is it's the mentality that comes from Wenger and why these Arteta lovers, these fucking, they call us aesthetic merchants, eye test merchants. Well, they're stat merchants. They're licking managers' asses and certain players' merchants. They worship them. You know, doing all of this shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Not one player, manager, any kind of role at the football club, that definitely includes the owners and board of directors, etc. Not one of them are more important than the actual football club. The football club is the star, and it will always be like that. Players come and go, manager comes and goes, recruitment staff, backroom staff, they all come and go. Even board of directors and owners, but the fans remain the same. They always remain the fucking same. It's up to us to raise the standards because the owners ain't doing it. They bought Berta in, cool, but again, it's just to keep them clear. But do they really want to be successful? I don't see it. I don't see it. But Berta's got a hell of a job on his hand because in a year's time, if he ain't done what I expected him to do, I'm going to be calling him out as well. You know, see, over here, right now, Fatboy Slim settings, yeah, each and every fucking time, we hold ourselves accountable. We're consistent. We ain't hypocritical bitches. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't lack accountability. Not right here. And that's for damn sure. But big up anyway. AFC always back once again for the Renegade Master. You know. Anyway, can you imagine them saying, and I quote, give him another season, give him a striker, and he'll win us trophies. He hasn't won shit in 5 years. We ain't going nowhere with Arteta, and the club will. I mean, this is where we're at, man. This is exactly where we're at. We could give Lego Head everything. Because I was even thinking this before the PSG game, even before the Real Madrid game, but definitely before the PSG game. And I'm talking the first leg, before that absolute disaster class when Dembele scored, shush of the crowd, and then what did the crowd do? Silence. They were cucked like certified fucking bitches. It was embarrassing. It was beyond embarrassing. And Arsenal have let English, like the whole of the English club thing, whatever you want to call it, down in Europe. The representation of English football. Arsenal never ceases to let us down and embarrass everyone else. So even rival fans aren't clowning us like that no more. They're just embarrassed for us. Like, this is basically the problem. Not just the outlier, not just a part of it, a snippet of it. No, this is the fucking problem. Arteta has gotten what he wants, and he don't want a fucking striker. Otherwise, in 5 years, he would have done it. Which is why I have a sneaky feeling we'll get Sesko. We probably won't get what's his face? We probably won't get Gyökeres, even though that needs to be probably one of the first signings through the door. Is because we need to get a lot of these players off the wage bill. There needs to be some serious negotiating going on. Serious. And yeah. Andrea Mafioso, bad boy Burton, mate. He's got a hell of a job to do. Serious mountain to climb, best believe that. But big up AFC always. Continue, yeah, we'll continue to sing, yeah. No worries. We are playing David Moyes football from when Arteta was at Everton. Yeah, but it's even worse. It's even worse. I would even go as far as say it's a spicy Stoke, but it's gone off like a spicy, moldy Stoke, bruv. That is exactly how we're playing. Like it's got to that point where if this was like 5, 10 years ago, I'd be losing my shit going out in the semi-final. But I'm just apathetic because I want this manager to go. I said on previous streams, I was there at Bournemouth last weekend. That atmosphere weren't great at all. At all. And there were fans fighting. Block 789, as Guns was saying. I didn't see it. I'm I'm doing a Wenger now. Well, I didn't see it. But yeah, I was closer to the North Bank than Clock End because I'm more North Bank end where I was sitting at the time when I'm able to go and all that. But yeah, basically when I was there through a friend of a friend who's a season ticket holder, generously, let's watch the game. I thought after the Real Madrid game, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? But after the PSG game and the result happened, I was like, I'm not sure. I don't really want to go, but because already said I was going to, like, whatever, with my brother, is what it is. Then we went and it was so flat. Even when we scored, like, the atmosphere got a bit better and then it just died. It's like one of them slow deaths, isn't it? It's like a flower just eroding, degrading over time. Like, what are we doing here, people? Like, exactly what the fuck are we doing here? Hang on, just give me a sec. Yeah, sorry about that. I needed to charge my MacBook. Professional streamer here, guys. Anyway, but yeah, big up AFC always. Absolutely spot on. Yeah, and another one. Arteta said we were the best team in Europe. We weren't even the best team in England. What is this clown Teta talking about? Absolutely spot on, mate. Hit the nail on the head once again for you, my G. Like, for me, this guy, it's even gone beyond that point where he believes his own hype and bullshit. He sees himself as a fucking god. Yeah. Like, Wenger had the power when he was here, and I'm talking Wenger era Emirates, right? Wenger had the power. Wenger had the sway. Wenger had the tools if he wanted to use them, but he didn't. He didn't. He did the bare minimum. A lot of those sales, I personally believe, in my opinion, he was pocketing that shit. Do not believe, and this is why I was having this argument or slight argument, disagreement, I should say, little converse with Guru. It was the fact that Wenger chose not to spend the money. It wasn't that we didn't have it. The stadium at that time, from 06 up until 2018, when the Cronkies, Stan and Josh, but now we all know it's Josh running that shit, even though Stan has his name on it, legally speaking. Yeah, it's basically got to that situation where it's like a mortgage. £25 million a year, every year, just like you would with a house that costs, let's just say it costs like $1 million. You're going to pay a set amount every month until it's all paid off. And that monthly mortgage becomes less over time, but the interest goes up, something like that. I'm not a mortgage expert, just to let you guys know, that's basically on a much higher level, much bigger scale. That's what basically the deal was when it came to the Emirates. But this whole Arsene built Arsenal Football Club or built the Emirates with his bare hands. I mean, come on, let's not be in cuckoo land, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, do me a favour, Roy Keane sings. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it really is as simple as that. Like, I really don't see like how we can get out of this situation unless the fans start taking accountability, look into the fucking mirror and be like, yo, this manager's chatting shit. Big up Anita on CBS, putting it on Arteta, pause, and basically she's not buying this bullshit. And she's an Arsenal fan. Like Woodsy, Laura Woods, by the way, but unlike fucking Woodsy, that fucking cunt, because she fucking rates herself way too highly. But Anita, big up your damn self. Big up your damn self. I like her. I'm not going to lie. Like Kate Abdo, I like both of them. I know Kate's a Man United fan, but you know what I'm saying, people. You know exactly what I'm saying. But she's had enough of his bullshit. She wants to win. She has more care and drive to win not just the biggest and best trophies, but just to win trophies, build it up. You know, than the likes of Igal, Christian, Stripto. I mean, there's so many others. Julian, of course. Well, Robbie, we know what Robbie's on. Robbie's on some bullshit. He's on some fucking bullshit. You get me? So, but yeah, big up AFC always, man. Undisputed Insights, back once again. Hi, Natster. Thought I'll join the live stream with YouTuber. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I will put out the link. Camera, mic, if you have a mic, but basically camera on and all of that. Otherwise, you won't get on. Pretty much standard procedure. You know, this is how I'm doing it. So is everyone else, but it is what it is. But no like randoms in it. You know, basically, do you know what I mean? You know, like where it gets a bit techie. You know, like it gets a little bit. Ooh, no, fuck all of that. But anyway, we move. Arteta is a loser. So are you for backing him, cuck. My fucking G. I swear it's got to be the best name on YouTube. Big up. It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. But, you know, we all have our lives and all that shit. Fair play. They're not fans or supporters. They are consumerists. Oh, that's a great word, isn't it? Consumerist. And psychopaths. Yeah. There's definitely a few psychos at the football club. That's for damn sure. One ended up being on a government website, in it. We know exactly what time that was, in it. You know, another fucking scumbag. You know, but it is what it is. But the consumerism is a massive problem. The armory is always fucking full. Once we stop mass amounts of people going into the armory, right? Yeah. You watch this fucking football club, especially Josh Kroenke. Pull his finger out his ass real time and start doing some shit where it actually contributes to us winning trophies. I'm going to have to be real. I'm backing Berta, not till the wheels fall off, because I ain't Delulu. Do you know what I mean? But I will back him until I can no longer back him anymore. In other words, if it becomes untenable, when I can't defend the indefensible, something that Igal can't do, and others, then it's going to be a huge problem. Big fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Like, for me, this club is a corporation. I said, and I've been saying to a few people, like back in the day, like, it's no longer Arsenal Football Club. It's Arsenal Football Corporation, or fraudulent, rather, corporation. And that's what we've become for the longest. Now, can Berta change everything in the space of the year? He can do a lot, but that mindset, him alone ain't going to do it. I knew that when he first came in, but I just wanted him to make sure we do better on the pitch. Because once we're successful, winning not only breeds confidence, it breeds higher standards. Because even when Arteta went from 8th to 5th to 2nd now, and we could either finish 2nd again or finish 3rd, 4th. Like, trust me, the tension is rising. Best believe that. Fans starting to fight at Bournemouth. It's coming towards the end, hella quick. Best believe that. But yeah, big up, man. Big up every single time. Yeah, you're a fucking legend. Like that name in of itself, like, you know what I mean? It's just, and here we go. Man like Carl Walsh Gunner. Big up. Much love, my G. Yeah. It was over by Halloween. It was over by Halloween. You know them ones there in it. I know it's not the best Irish accent, but it is what it is, bro. But big up your damn self. Subscribe to Carl Walsh Gunner. Subscribe. He called it. He called it. Not even Christmas. Halloween. Hallow fucking ween. Oh my God. Like, but again, Carl, like, these fucking cunts that we all have to deal with, yeah, on this space, like, and I'm not calling out all of this chat, of course not. Obviously not. We've got an elite chat right here. Best believe that, elite chat. But you know what I'm saying. The fucking Arteta-inners, the fucking ass lickers, the fucking bullshitters. You know what I mean? Like, this is fucking where we're at, guys. This is where we're at. But make sure, half an hour gone already, like, subscribe. We're on a road to 100. Thank you so much for fucking getting me to 50 subs. 100. We're moving on up like Curtis Mayfield. Best believe that. Best believe that. And I think it's about that time, guys. It really is about that time that we go into the title of this video. Basically, we're going to dissect, especially the second leg, as it is in the title. Duh. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my mind's all over the place. I'm not going to lie, I've had a lot on my mind. But it is what it is. We move. We don't make all of these excuses. Even though I'm late, I'm still here. None of this, but it takes time. But he's had a baby. With fucking Wodegaard, bruv. Nick in the living God, Gibraltar God. I don't have a Scooby-Doo what I'm doing, God. I've had enough, God. I can't get my country, Norway, to a fucking major tournament, God. Fucking dickhead, bruv. But it is what it is. So we are going to start by smoking Arsenal, headed by Arteta, Captain Black looking ass motherfucker, busted us out the Champions League pack. We're still the laughing stock of world football, quite possibly world sport, if this carries on. Pack. Worst captain I've ever seen. Even Norwegians don't rate him. And, you know, shout out to Guns every single time. For that pack, we are also smoking. I told you, this fucking fraudulent wet wipe scumbag of a manager was never good enough. Rookie. It's all done by design, and he has to go now. The very latest at the end of the fucking season. Why is he still here? But anyways, he is finished, pack. We're also going to smoke. It's going to be a long-ass fucking summer, pack. And in other ways, non-football related, I fucking hope it is, because the weather has been absolutely sublime. Unlike Arsenal's season, I've enjoyed this weather. I can't complain. I can only praise it. Whereas you fucking cunts, the ones that back Arteta till the wheels fall off, and all that shit, yeah? Dickheads, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's beyond a joke. It's beyond a joke. But yeah, first 5-10 minutes, we started pretty well, considering. And I say considering because we should have done what was required in the first leg. We didn't start like that in the first leg. Why the fuck did we not start like that in the first leg? Why? Why did it take for the second leg, first 5-10 minutes of the second leg, to start like that? Should have been 1-0 up in 3 minutes. Pretty much like what PSG did. But that's the difference. They've got quality and they're clinical enough when it mattered. And to be honest, the tie should have been over from the first leg, but it wasn't. But this is where we should have capitalised, and we didn't. Pillowfoot had a shot that was the complete opposite of that, and that's probably the best thing he's done all fucking season. Made Donnarumma make an actual save, a proper save, and it was a very good save. For damn sure. After that, guess what? He hit. And that's another pack. Our captain keeps hiding. Even a gal tapped out on Odegaard, but you won't tap out on your manager, will you, come? Will you? Exactly. I mean, there's enough said on that, but still. Like, after that 10 minutes, PSG got back into the game, bopping the ball around. But you notice how they went to the wings, and not through the middle, because we got Partey back. And we'll get on to Partey. Don't you worry, guys. Don't you worry. We'll get on to Partey. Best believe that. Best believe that. Like, for me, yeah, Miles Lewis-Skelly had an absolute stinker. We're going to start with him. I know he's a kid. Oh, but he's young. Pause. Like, for me, well, you know, I would have started Tierney, but we know this manager's not going to do that. He won't play another minute this season. I'll be amazed if he plays any more minutes this season. And it's an absolute fucking disgrace. Absolute fucking disgrace. And not even Berta's going to change that. Because other than Miguel Gutierrez at Girona, even though they haven't had a great season, like, there's not that many good left backs that we can get. Well, I mean, there's a few, but from the top of my head, anyway, that are better, not just as good, but better than Kieran Tierney. I don't even think there is any, to be honest. I'm going to be real. But yeah, Miles Lewis-Skelly, generational stinker and hooked. Should have come off at half time. Took one in the liver. But this manager decided to leave him on for another 15, 20, 25. No, I think it was probably 30 minutes. Fucking coward, bruv. You know, Saliba faffing about, Kivior, like, showing levels that he's clearly not good enough. Timber is clearly not fit. He tried, but, you know, it is what it is. Declan Rice, another one. He tried, but I don't even think he's 100% fit either. And then we go to fucking Houdini guard, missing guard, nicking a living guard, Gibraltar guard, fucking shattered from all the breastfeeding guards. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fucking joke. We could do this shit all day, all night, and twice on weekends, right? For me, it's over. It's absolutely over with this guy. 240 grand a fucking week. And that's another pack. We are smoking. Our wage bill is completely fucked. And it's because of this manager, along with Edu, Vinay, you know, you could say Garlic to a degree, but even though Garlic's still here, Garlic has to step up big time. Because if he doesn't, he'll be out the door as well. Whether he leaves on his own like Edu and Vinay did, who's at Tottenham, by the way, or if he gets potted, because we got him from fucking West Brom. Why? I have no idea. But I wouldn't have picked him. Because now he's our CEO. There are better CEOs all around the country, not just even in London. Like, come on. Let's be real, man. Let's be fucking real. But I digress on that. We'll move on. We'll move very swiftly on. Mikel Merino. Stinker. Absolute shit show of a performance. Didn't do enough. Martinelli. Hakimi had him on lock. Period. Should have come off at half time as well. I don't believe he's 100% fit either. Bukayo Saka. He tried. He got the goal. Should have got another one. But again, that guy's barely 30% fit. And again, it's because of this manager. This manager is ruining careers. And that's a massive highlight. Because even though I've maybe not dissected the game in depth as I would have even liked to, regardless of the result. But it's just plain to see that most of these issues have come with the manager. And the reason why I'm speaking about the manager a lot is because it's his fucking fault ultimately. We have resorted to long throw-ins, long balls from David Raya. Now, I'm glad that David Raya's playing it long, but when you're just playing it aimlessly long all the time and it's not working, you got to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? You got to have balance. You know, even playing settings kind of shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Level, not like level playing field, but you know what I mean, guys. You know what the fuck I mean. But it's just like this manager refuses to play how we played in the 22-23 season, the 8 points clear season. He refuses to play three at the back that actually won him a fucking trophy, regardless of the fact that he was in COVID. Same old bullshit. And the fact of the matter is, the disrespect he shows to other managers, the disrespect he shows to other teams, the disrespect he shows to us fans, and the disrespect he shows to the squad, or lack of it, the players that are actually ballers, that would actually bail him out and have bailed him out. The Sackers, Ethan has bailed him out. Martinelli previously has bailed him out. Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, Saliba, Gabriel before he was injured, Timber, Lewis Skelly to a lesser degree, and even David Raya at times. Marino, a little bit, but most of these players have bailed him out at least once, significantly, right? And how does he repay them? By flogging them to fucking death. That's what he's doing. This is 5 years with Lego heads. This is meant to be phase 5, guys. But according to Igal, we're on phase 4. I'm just sick of these bullshitters, man, and these hypocrites. The one thing I hate in this world, probably more than anything, for the most part, other than a few other things, you know, that will go without saying on here, is basically being a hypocrite. And that's another pack. I told you so, you fucking hypocrites, you fucking cunts, you fucking dickheads, you little fucking sad, pathetic pricks. The lot of you that have been back in this process, back in this club blindly, buying all the merch. If we stop buying the merch, we stop going to the armory, this club might actually act like a proper club, a big club. And here's the thing, we're at the crossroads now, people. We're at the fucking crossroads. Either you accept we're no longer a big club and you still have the same standards, the standards of Tottenham, just play nice football and not win anything. We're not even doing that. Tottenham play better football. They're in the final. Yes, they have a shit season, but they could win a trophy. We won't. And that's the bottom line. Trophies matter, especially when you're playing like absolute fucking dog shit. When is enough enough? When is this shit, this absolute fucking bullshit, gonna end? That's what I want to know from these motherfuckers. We are dealing with forces that we don't understand. That's why we've got Captain fucking Black in charge. Every single time. But yeah. Do you know what? I'm fucking sick to death of, you know, even trying to talk about what I saw on Wednesday night. Because that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. As soon as they scored that goal, right? Fabian Ruiz, and it deflected off of Saliba. I mean, come on, man. If he'd have left it alone, Raya probably would have dealt with that. But again, it is what it is. Apparently, I'm negative and toxic. Whatever, man. And then when the second goal went in, I mean, it was curtains. That Hakimi strike, class finish. Classy football club. Proper fans. The ultras, you know, next level. And you notice how they had a proper tifo, not that fucking shower curtain that we displayed. We're never going to live that shit down, even if Tottenham don't win the Europa League. Because either way, that Europa League final is a lose-lose. Because if Tottenham win it, we're fucked. If Man United win it, we're fucked. Maybe not as much, but they both had shit seasons. They're both bottom half. And if there were three worst teams in the Premier League, or if there weren't rather three worst teams, they'd be in a relegation battle. So it is what it is, people. This is exactly what we're dealing with. But as of right about now, the Funk Soul Brother is going to go back to the comments back once again. Mob Boss, big up your damn self. And Undisputed Insights, big up. Big up, big up, big up. I haven't had the chance to ask you what were your thought against PSG. Yeah. I've basically just gone through that, my G. But hopefully that answered your question. I might talk about a few other things related to the game, but to be honest, there wasn't really much more to tell other than what I've already told, innit? It's one of those ones, innit? They played it down the wing like I knew they fucking would. They've got proper tech. You know, Kvaratskhelia hit the post. Doué, Doué wasn't great, but again, like, didn't really have to be. Barcola, I don't rate him, but he did all right. And then Fabian Ruiz in midfield, Vitinha, proper ballers, man. And even João Neves is pretty good as well. Their defense weren't tested, and that was their weak point. Marquinhos is a bozo, but he's got mad experience, their club captain, and that 2-day guy, whatever the fuck his name is. And then obviously you have the fullbacks who are great going forward, but are questionable defensively. But Hakimi didn't have to really break a sweat in both legs defensively. Nuno Mendes, a bit more, but again, not tested enough. He was on the pitch for 88 minutes. He got a yellow card in the first half, I believe. Like midway through the first half, give or take. Not tested again once. This is a problem. We don't smell blood. We're very feeble. Too fucking weak. Too weak. Palpatine settings, best believe that. I mean, we could do with Palpatine as manager. He'll sort these fuckers out. Yeah, big up Carl Walsh every single time, you know. Big up Kevin. We're slowly becoming Tottenham. Absolute facts. Right on the money, my G. My geezer, absolute fridge freezer, you know. Yeah. We are a spicy Tottenham. They win that Europa League, we're done. We're done. But the problem is most of this fan base won't care because it's not the Champions League, it's not the Premier League. If Tottenham won the Premier League and or won the Champions League, that's when they'll start to care. That's when a rocket will be put up their ass. Pause. And then you'll start seeing them revealing their true selves, actually fucking Standards FC rather than Stats FC. You know, trying to suck off this manager FC and all of that, lick his ass and whatnot. Like what we doing it? Worshipping this manager, in other words, basically. Tired of it, man. Fucking tired of it. But yeah, I'm going to put the link out right now. And if you want to have your say in it. But yeah, camera on, mic on if you have it. And that's pretty much it. You guys know why, but you're an elite level chat. And big up to every single one of you for getting me to 50 subs. On the road to 100 subs, as you could see down here. 3 live viewers. I think we peaked at 4. You know, big up to every single one of you watching. And for me, I want to see Ødegaard playing the rest of the season as punishment for fucking hiding. But the problem is as well, on top of that, he'll play the Sakas still, play the Martinellis because he wants second. Because you notice, I remember watching one of Dan Potts' stream when there's Christian Agal, Guns, DJB, big up DJB, Kenny Ken as well, Guns as well, of course, you know, like, and Christian and Agal were talking about, more so Christian specifically. I don't have an issue with Christian, nor so Agal, other than, you know, their standards and their thoughts and views on Arsenal Football Club, like where we're at and, you know, the progress over actual trophies. Trophies equals substance, like proper verificational shit that we need in elite sport. That's what it's all about, you know, rather than this, oh, if we finish second, that's better than last year because we got to Champions League semi-final this time. No, I'm not hearing that shit. I have to be real, Christian. I completely disagree with that. I completely disagree. And you're willing to risk, like this fraudulent manager, the careers of Bukayo Saka, who's hanging on by a thread, and he had a grade 3 hamstring tear, not strain, not pull, tear, bruv. Like, come on, what the actual fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? Because it seems to me that these fucking cunts care more about Arteta's career than they do the players' careers, number one. But number two, most importantly, where Arsenal Football Club is heading. And we are heading on a road to fucking nowhere. You know what I mean? Being a spicy Tottenham should irk you in your very soul if you're a real Arsenal fan, whether you're local or overseas. It doesn't fucking matter. But for me, like, the way I see it, we should be going for every single trophy. That's one thing Klopp always did. Pep's been doing that. And you've got to big up both of them for that. Now, Pep has fallen off this year. I hear it. He can still win a trophy after having a shit season. Let's not forget. I would love it to be Palace. I would love it. Love it. But at the same time, for me, it's just one of those, like, where I just want to see proper fucking success. Proper success. And I don't get any gratification from having less than that as an Arsenal fan, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's not even about style of play. Because the truth of the matter is, if you're more concerned with style of play than winning trophies, that's a fucking excuse that we can tick or cross off the list, whatever. Because we've been playing like shit all season and it's led us to fucking nothing. Another trophyless season. This manager has been lost his mind. We saw the cracks last season. As Gunn said, 2024, year of the truth. 2025, year of the demise. And we are seeing the demise of Lego Head. Captain fucking Black looking ass motherfucker. And some of these players as well that ain't good enough. I mean, we've already got Jorginho out the door. Season's not even over yet. I want to see more of that. So we move. And, you know, PSG, I've got to say this. I absolutely have to say this. Well deserved over the second leg. I'm not ungrateful. I'm not Lulu. Fair fucking play. You deserve to be in that final with Inter Milan. Internazionale, as Carragher would say. But I still think Inter will win it. But from what I saw Inter do in both legs against Barca, it will be a great final. It will be a great final. Will it be as great as the Inter Barca over two legs? We'll see. But I'll watch it. I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy it more than fucking watching Arsenal this season. That's for damn sure. But we'll just have to see on that. The way PSG played, the way Inter have been playing, even if we got past PSG, would we have really been able to beat Inter? Nah, I don't think so. Not at all. Slim to none when it comes to our chances. But we've blown it now. Mainly Lego heads, but it is what it is, man. While I finish this pack of our demise. And what's frustrating, ultimately, is just the same old, same old. the same old bullshit, same old shit that we're hearing. I can't be fucked to even watch Arteta press conferences now, because either I know what he's going to say or I know how he's going to be. And really and truly, it's the latter. Like, this guy is a full-blown narcissist. Full-blown narcissist. This guy is the biggest problem, other than the fans, most of the fans, not you guys here in this elite world-class chat, best believe that. But in the entire, out of all the rest of the fans in the football club, or that support this football club, either way. Like, for me, people need to understand this. I watch Arsenal so that we win, ultimately. Not to be entertained, although that would be nice. But my thing is, why sacrifice one or the other? Why not have both? Why not have fucking both? You know what I'm saying? Why do you have to always settle for one thing in life? You don't. Have what you want if you're able to get it. Within reason, of course. Like, you know, don't want anyone doing a mad thing out here, but you know what I'm saying, guys. And you guys are absolutely brilliant. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't thank you enough, really and truly, to be honest. And I'm really struggling at the moment, you know, with this situation that this football club puts me in, puts you guys in. You know, we're at crossroads and we're compromised because there's this divide that I didn't want in the fucking first place by bringing this manager in December of 2019. I think it was the first week of December. It was either the 5th or the 6th. I can't remember the exact date, but it was December. I say he's gone by Christmas. I would love it to be at the end of this season. But the more I've seen this week, the aftermath, the more it's leaning towards him being here for another whole season. It's just what I don't want, because we're going to get more injuries. And if we're not careful, we'll end up mid-table. We'll slide back down to 15th, bruv. One thing I will say, message to Josh Kroenke, because I know Arsenal media are watching this. I know you guys have a media team and all that. Hopefully this gets to you. Don't wait. Don't fucking wait till we're back in 15th. Oh, you know, he's only just started. Give it. No. We got Andrea Mafioso bad boy Berta, mate. It's time to win now. The time is now. Maloko sings, yeah? That's what we need to do. That is exactly what we need to do. And the truth of the matter is that for me, all the excuses are done. They are well and truly done. I'm just sick to death of all of this. Period. I'm sick of repeating myself. Sick of these fans having no standards. I'm sick of this manager taking this club for a fucking joyride, treating it as like his little chew toy. It's beyond a joke now. It's beyond a fucking joke. Like, I don't see how we can really and truly recover from this. I really don't. Not unless fans en masse decide enough is enough. Similar to Wenger, but it's going to be a lot harder to get Arteta out now. Too many fans are just waiting. Why are you waiting? Act now. Fucking. This is only going to get worse, people. This is what you have to understand. It's only going to get worse, right? There'll be more infighting at the Emirates, like it was with Wenger, but it's going to be a lot worse. There's going to be more unrest online, like there hasn't been for the past year or so. And in a very small way, I've been a part of that, among others, right? But then when this manager does fuck off, does get potted, because he will get potted, just like Wenger, but with less accolades and admiration, of course, apart from the Arteta sexuals. But we know exactly what that is. It's just some next level bullshit. They will not back the next manager. Even if Arteta says back the next manager, they won't back the next manager. Because they've done the same thing when Wenger left, right? They weren't feeling Unai Emery. They didn't fancy him enough. They were taking the piss out of his accent all the time. You know, and look, for all purposes, like, you know, a bit of banter here and there, you know, good evening and all of that, you know, a bit of a laugh. But it was just taken to a level that it just didn't need to be taken to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and when I said it, others have said it, like, you know, all in good taste, all in good faith, basically. Whereas them motherfuckers, a bit more malicious to it, of varying degrees, give or take. But yeah, like I just really, 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 really want this manager out. It's been done. It's been about that time. Right here, right now, Fat Boy Slim settings. And we're going nowhere. Big up everyone in the chat. Like, subscribe. You know what to do. Road to 100 subs. We're moving on up, people. One way or the other, we're moving on up. You know, the apathy that I've been showing on this entire stream, right, is getting exhausting. I'm struggling. But unlike Wodegaard, I won't hide. I'll keep going. Putting in the effort. Just a bit of effort. A little less conversation and all of that. Like, this is where we're at. This is exactly where we're at, people. Big up Central, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good, bro.
What are your thoughts of the semi-final on Wednesday night?
Just piss. It's piss poor. You know, for like the first 20 minutes, I thought we should have went 2-0 up, 2-3 up. Once was it Ruiz scored that first goal, we're capitulated. You know, I blame this on. I think the first half I blamed Declan Rice for seeing that free kick, and the first goal I blamed on Martinelli. I think he did like some kind of heel kick on the ball instead of clearing the ball. And once they scored that goal, I said, "Wow, we're not coming back. We're not." I knew we're not keeping the clean sheet in Paris. You know, and for the rest of the game, we didn't do anything. And this that guy needs to go. Arteta needs to go, man. This is embarrassing, man. Like I thought we probably maybe win 2-0, but no. Once Achraf Hakimi scored that second goal, actually the tie is already done. You know, they needed it more. You know. And PSG's in the Champions League final. You know, that'll be a good game in 3 weeks' time. But us, once again, 6 years without 5 years going on 6 years without winning a trophy, and people still defend Arteta like he's the savior. He's not. He's done his time. He's won nothing. Why? I don't understand, man. You know, look at PSG over the years. They didn't have any time. They cheated, like they're switching managers left, right, and center because, it's all right winning the league, Ligue 1, and the cups. They want to win the Champions League. You know, that's their. They want to win the Champions League. They've been in one final, lost to Bayern Munich. You know, they had a lot of managers. You know, they put a lot of money to win that European Cup. You know, it's been. And for us, we spent a lot of money, and so far, no European trophies, no league titles, and people are gassing about fourth place. Who cares about fourth place? What's the point being in the Champions League, man? We don't win. We've been in one final, lost. So far, we lost 2 semifinals, lost, and it's just like, and now we're just like we're just we're the worst team. We're the worst team to represent.
One final in 5 seasons.
Fine,
Albeit we won COVID with no fans, but when there are fans, basically, no show. No show. Just like when we won the cup, no fucking show. You're absolutely right, mate. Like it's an absolute disgrace. On that Fabian Ruiz goal, right? I didn't mention this earlier. I'll mention it now. When the ball was passed back, either from Kivior or Saliba, either one of the two, because you know how it is. We pass it, sideways, backwards. It always goes back to David Raya. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Before that free kick, instead of passing it to Declan Rice, why don't you hoof it? Because you were hoofing it in the second half when we were 1-0 down in the game, 2-0 down on aggregate. Yeah, we started well, like you said. 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, give or take, either way. I reckon it was more 10, but still, that's by the by. But it's simple basics, like in-game management. And the one thing I wanted these players to do, even if they're running on very little, which is clear to see, especially the likes of Saka, Declan Rice, Martinelli, Timber, like all them kinds of players, right? Just be like, bum this manager and start winning this fucking game. Because what is he going to do? Is he going to take all of you off? No, he's not. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't take all of you off. Play the fucking game. And when there were moments, especially in the first half, just didn't follow through. Like Ødegaard finally had a fucking shot that wasn't pillow foot settings. Best thing he done all fucking season. And then after that, he fucking done his disappearing act.
Exactly.
Went back to Nick in the Living Guard and all of that bollocks. Bro, I'm just tired of this shit, man. You either laugh, cry, or you're apathetic like me, bro. You're apathetic like me. Because I've been on Northside Stream, I've been on other streams where it's just like we're going over the same old shit. We're going over the same old bollocks, my friend. Like these fuckers never learn. These players don't have enough cojones when it matters. We've got a captain that ain't a captain. Let's be real. Declan Rice is our main captain. Best believe that. We got a manager that is an absolute scumbag. He's a psychopath. Napoleon complex, little prick, Captain Black looking ass motherfucker. You can add Jim Jones to that list. The reason why I say Jim Jones, for anyone that doesn't know in the chat, but I'm sure there's some of you that will. Either way, Jim Jones, Jonestown, look that shit up. All these fans, all these Arteta lovers drinking the Kool-Aid. The only difference is they haven't fallen flat on their face yet. But they will. Because we're right about Wenger. I stand by what I've said about Wenger with the mentality, the mindset, when I was on Northside Stream the other night, right? Where it didn't start with Arteta, but best believe it better end with him. Do you know what I'm saying? But the problem I have now, where we're at next season, yes, obviously we got Berta, that's brilliant. But he's got so much work to do. He's got a fucking Mount Everest to climb and then some. We've got rid of Jorginho. Cool. We're getting rid of Tierney. Not cool. Partey may or may not go. But if he goes, fair enough. He's probably 50 years old anyway. Check his passport, whatever. It is what it is. Like, Kivior needs to go. Fabio Vieira needs to go. Lokonga needs to go. We're at this point now where Noon Tavares, we might actually have to keep. We might actually need him, even as backup. That's how low we've fallen. And yes, he's had a good season for all intents and purposes, Lazio and that. But the players that are coming back and the players that Neto ain't coming back. That was a disgraceful loan. Same with Sterling, and he's hardly used him. He's hardly played him. Martinelli could go. As much as I want Ødegaard to go, I don't think he will, but he should. Havertz, Jesus, we need to rip up his contract. Tomiyasu, we need to rip up his contract because they're both injury prone. This manager's ruined Jesus' career.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not an issue, guys. It's not a fucking issue because he ain't the chosen one. He ain't star boy Bukayo Saka. Because once Bukayo Saka starts breaking down fully, maybe maybe this fan base will start to wake up a little bit, slightly unplug from the Arteta matrix and be like, whoa. That's too much. You ruined Starboy. It's on. Well, why weren't there affirmative action with loss after loss, more so draws in this case, but losing when it matters? Newcastle, home and away. Man United at home when they were 10 men down there in the Europa League final, along with fucking Top Scum, right? Ange was talking about he wins something in his first 2 years. Well, he might do. He might do. I don't think they will, but we're literally at the point now where we're hoping that Man United do it. And we've never wanted to be in that situation, but we are. Now, if either one of them two were going to be in the final anyway, but we're in the Champions League final, have a chance of winning it, and if we were going to win it, then it is what it is, isn't it? Like Tottenham, like to be honest, if we won the Champions League, I'm going to be real, and not everyone will agree with this, but if we won the Champions League, but Tottenham won the Europa League, I would actually enjoy that, because then when the Super Cup comes around, best believe we'll turn up for that. Because there is no hiding from losing to Tottenham. There is no hiding whatsoever in any competition, whether it's in the league or in the cup. There's no hiding. There's no hiding place. You know, but the problem is we've got too many yes men as fans, players, mainly Ødegaard, you know, club captain and all that bollocks.
Yeah.
And it's just been this never-ending cycle for a number of years now. And Arteta is entering his 6th season. 6 full years it will be in December this year that he's been manager of our football club. Scumbag. Ruining a hell of a lot of careers on his way. Getting slapped by Oba. And I can't fucking wait, mate. I can't wait till that NDA clears. Him and fucking, was it Edu with his gardening leave, innit? Because once Edu and fucking Oba release their books and all of that shit, write their memoirs, whatever, I want to see them put Lego Head in the fucking dust, in the mud, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah? That's exactly what I want to see. Vinay was fucking useless, that DFS sofa salesman. He can fuck off to Tottenham and ruin them a bit more, get them relegated. You know, Agent Vinay and all of that, I'm here for it. But we got bigger problems. Not bigger fish to fry, but we have bigger problems. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, because Tottenham, as long as they play good football, they're happy. Look, they can play a blinder in that Europa League final and lose by a goal. They'll be all right with it, especially with us being out. They'll be all right. They'll be all right, and they'll probably get rid of Ange anyway. But we'll still keep Arteta, even though we have failed. We had a chance to win the League Cup. Again, didn't do it. We had a chance to win the league this season, and a manager that's only just got through the door in Arne Slot has won it in his first full season with hardly any signings. One signing that he's hardly played, that was been injured in Chiesa, rather, and he's hardly done shit. The biggest change he made was probably to tell Salah not to track back.
Exactly.
Why couldn't Arteta do that with Saka?
Exactly.
Because Saka play forward, but because of this inverted bollocks, all the wingers have to track back. It doesn't work, Lego Head. You failed. The project has failed. Youth project failed in its first year or so. Because you fucked off Smith Rowe. Reece Nelson's coming back from on loan. You're going to sell him in the summer. Or if not, Berta will sell him anyway. To be honest, we're at the point where if we can't get better wingers, or if we're not going to buy better wingers, or just as good, I'd rather keep Reece Nelson, even on 100k a week. You telling me he's going to do any worse than Sterling? You're going to tell me he's going to do any worse than fucking Martinelli's been this season? Trossard's going to be out the door, so we're definitely going to need his ass. Pause. Like, for me, like, we're at a crossroads. I said this earlier. We're at a crossroads, bro. Arteta needs to win, or he's going to be fucked off. Whether it's at Christmas or probably by before start of next season. But he's definitely going to get the summer. I know that for sure. He'll definitely get the summer, which I hate to say it, man, but it is what it is. What are your thoughts on all that, bro? Like, talk to me.
Okay. Yeah, we got a huge mountain to climb, man. You know, it's been, like we got a lot of players are gone, you know, and it's gonna be the same shit for next season, you know, like like you know, Partey, he's likely gone. He's on his last legs, you know, like Partey. I think he waited 5 years at Arsenal, man. You know, I can't believe this guy won a Europa League with Atletico Madrid. And then, and all of a sudden, he's won nothing at Arsenal. You know, bottled title races, not done nothing in Europe, getting injured. You know, it's not him. I blame it down to the manager. You know, he killed Jesus, man. His career's gone. You know, like the guy's a winner. You know, you see his track record, winning trophies at Man City, and you know, Trossard. You know, I felt sorry for Trossard, man. I felt like I don't know. I think it's down to Arteta's tactics. You know, he's so naive. You know, he just don't give a crap. He don't give a shit. You know, he's just an asshole, yes man. You know, he should never. You know, I blame down to the club. You know, for not getting an elite manager. You know, we should have got. To me personally, we should have got Unai. We should have kept Unai Emery, man. I think he was not. I think the problem is, I think Emery wasn't backed, and I think he was a dead man walking, man. You know, I think he's just like he should have. Give him time. Should have got back to. He should have really given him a lot of money, but instead they're just like. I didn't like.
But apparently, sorry to cut you off, Central Man. Apparently, he lost the dressing room. That's what Igal's telling us, which I don't believe fully. I don't believe that. Yes, we were going down a little bit, but let's not act like this manager didn't put us in 15th place. Unai Emery never did that in a year or so. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's very simple, guys. Unai Emery wasn't backed. Arteta was backed. Wenger didn't want to spend the money. He was backed fully, but he didn't want to spend the money. And not everyone agrees with me on this, on all sides. Exactly. On all sides. That's just me. And, you know, yourself, granted, and others as well might agree, disagree, whichever. That's fine. But for me, Wenger was told by a lot of the Arsenal fan base, especially towards the end, to spend the fucking money. That told me everything at the time. I would have gone after the RVP team. Let's be real. Even after the 8-2, I was like, well, maybe he's got something up his sleeve, like one more roll of the dice, innit? But I was wrong, innit? I was wrong. As soon as RVP went to United, I was like, they're going to win the league, sack him. Wenger's done, innit? And that's exactly what happened. I knew Man United were going to win the league. As soon as they bought RVP, I was like, they're going to win the league. They'll get at least one great season, you know, good season, whatever. And it turned out to be a very great season. And then that was it. That's all she wrote and all of that. But like, I agree with you. Like, Unai Emery was not backed at all. He wanted Wilfried Zaha, got Pepe. And don't get me wrong, I rate Pepe.
No, I like Pepe.
I rated him highly. But Zaha would have been great as well. Yeah, he wanted Thomas Partey. And this manager, this fucking terrorist of a football manager, this fucking wet wipe scumbag, Captain Black looking ass motherfucker, ended up having Thomas Partey, right? Yeah. Instead of Unai Emery, who actually wanted him. I reckon, and this is just my opinion, I reckon that was Edu, and Arteta didn't really want him, but Edu was like, look, no, we do need a midfielder, you know, wasting time, and then in the end, getting it over the line or whatever. I don't think Arteta wanted Partey that badly, because if he did, he would have got him earlier, I believe, even with the release clause. Do you know what I'm saying? But the way the club's been run is an absolute joke, which is why it's literally, before it was Inshallah Saka. Now it is Berta, Andrea Mafioso, bad boy Berta, inshallah. That's basically where we're at now. That is exactly where we're at. Because without Berta, we'd be completely fucked. Yeah, we'll be where Man United. We'll be where Man United are either next season or the season after, without a Berta, for damn sure. And it could still happen. It could still happen because this manager knows no bounds when it comes to failure, and these players have already had enough. And a few of them will start to wake up if they haven't already. And they'll be like, no, we're not tracking back. We don't have the energy to track back. It's not even just that whether we want to or not. We don't have the energy to do it. And you've seen parts of that this season. He's flogging these players to death. Like old retired horses and all of that. You know what I mean? And it's just an absolute shambles. But yeah, bro, like, I'm with you on that completely. Like, if Unai Emery was backed, we would have definitely won the Europa League. At least one.
We'll probably win it. We might not. We'll probably have a crack in Europe. We'll probably we might not win the Champions League. Well, at least we'll have a fight against the Bayern Munichs, the Real Madrids, Barcelonas. You know, but and also you know we got like in Emery's like first and only full season we had Denis Suarez, but he was not really fully fit. You know, he knows he kind of helped Emery winning those Europa Leagues. You know, I think he really want Denis Suarez. You know, to fill up on the ranks, you know, like, you know, he was a dad. I don't think he lead us to the mess, man. I blame this on Wenger. You know, I blame Wenger. I blame Wenger for this club, for this demise, man. I don't get what people said to me. Wenger, that guy killed this club, man. You know, the guy Wenger sold out, man. He sold it years ago, and he just, you know, the guy was the best manager in the world, and then all of a sudden he's just like give up winning, and he's just like turn this club into a bank, and then it's just like, and people just defend. Not just to defend this Lego head and Wenger, you know, we're in this we're being in this limbo for nearly like 2 decades, you know. It's gonna get even worse, you know. This club's turned into fucking Newcastle, man. The old Newcastle under Mike Ashley, you know. Like, you know, the guy also owns shares of fucking Rangers. He nearly put fucking Rangers out of bust.
Yeah, if we weren't the size football club that we are, trust me, we would have definitely been in administration. Palace were in administration. Now they're in an FA Cup final. Just want to say this. Big up Arsenal Revolution TV, Rashid. My fucking G. Big up, brother. Thanks for the support. Love, much appreciated as always. Big up your damn self each and every single time. But yeah, like what you said, like we're the new Newcastle. Never mind spicy Spurs. Like, I tell you what, before this season, Newcastle hadn't won a single trophy in any major competition played under professional rules, because the likes of Igal and others, definitely on that Twitter platform, right, that's called X now, they believe that Premier League and Champions League are major trophies, but none of the other trophies are major. But yet they count the Community Shield.
What? That's a crap trophy, man.
Community Shield is not, exactly. Community Shield is not played under professional rules. League Cup is and FA Cup is. They're major trophies. Are they as higher valued as the League and the Champions League? No. But should you disregard them along the way? Absolutely fucking not. And the FA Cup is the oldest cup competition, so I'll never disrespect the FA Cup. But I won't disrespect the League Cup either, because we haven't won it in 30 years. I haven't won it in my lifetime. I'm 30 years old. I've never seen a League Cup. I've seen Tottenham win a fucking League Cup. And I was in school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are we doing here, right? I've not seen us win a European trophy since before I was born. This is an absolute shambles. Like, why do we have to keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting till we actually win a major trophy? There are 4 main major trophies in England: League Cup, FA Cup, the oldest cup competition in the fucking world. FA Cup final day was a whole day event. You had grandmas, aunties, and mamas, that didn't know jack shit about football, didn't fucking care. They were watching that shit in droves as well, especially in the 90s, 80s, and before that, right? And then obviously you have the league, Premier League or Division 1 as before, because football did exist before 1992, guys. I just want to make that very fucking clear. And then, of course, the Champions League, which was called the European Cup before it was called the Champions League in 92, 93.
Yeah, and then you got the Europa League. Back then, it used to call the UEFA Cup. And then you had the Cup Winners' Cup, you know. They had a lot of cups.
Oh, the Cup Winners' Cup was brilliant.
Yeah.
And also, I think before I was watching football as well, to be honest.
Yeah, you got you have to like watch YouTube to educate before this whole Premier League shit. You know, I think this country dismissed the FA Cup, man. It's our version of the Super Bowl. You don't see Yanks dismissing the Super Bowl, you know, and don't make it into, you know, it's a glorified event, you know, like it's still, you know, like it's like I feel Newcastle. It took Newcastle decades, you know, you know, to win a domestic trophy. They haven't won, you know, and also an overall trophy, you know, in their lifetimes. You know, I think it was 1969. It was the Intercity Fairs Cup. You know, that was in '69, and a year later, Arsenal won it. You know, that was and then. You know, that was like the press, you know, and people don't. Here's the fact: the Intercity Fairs Cup was the predecessor to the UEFA Cup. You know,
exactly, major trophy, but they don't research. They don't go into the archives, and this is a problem with English football, like you reiterated before.
Exactly.
Arsene Wenger, not just for Arsenal Football Club, but for English football, has lowered the standards. along with Sky Sports and along with TNT, which used to be BT, before that Setanta, maybe not as much, and then NTL Sports and all. Yeah, ESPN. Yeah, exactly, ESPN. But mainly BT. As soon as it went to BT and now TNT, which is on Discovery, it's fucked. Yeah, Sky Sports has been going down. They still have the monopoly, and it's an absolute joke. You don't see that shit in the Middle East. People are still laughing and joking about Middle Eastern football. They have standards. Ivan Toney, Mahrez, Bobby Firmino all won trophy. They've all won a trophy, bro. Ivan Toney was at fucking Brentford. He's on 400k a week, rightly so. I don't care if it's too much money, but he's won a trophy, Asian Champions League, right? Yeah. Best believe that. Nobody cares as long as it's a major trophy, innit? But the problem is these fuckers care when it's the fucking Community Shield because they want to tally up all of Lego Head's success. You know, but it's a journey, guys. Fuck off, man. Like these fucking
get out here, man.
I'm sick of it, man. On the real.
Yeah, it's a trophy is a trophy, no matter what. Even though they won trophies in the smaller league, it's a trophy, you know. Like Sky. Going back to Sky Sports, they went downhill since they got rid of Richard Keys and Andy Gray. You know.
Yep.
Like I gotta tell you, like Andy, they'll just because Andy Gray's a legend. You don't really pull up with this bullshit. It's about winning. I watched this Everton documentary. Howard's Way. It's about Howard Kendall guided Everton to trophies in the 80s. Everton played Bayern Munich in the Everton played Bayern Munich in the Cup Winners' Cup semi-final in 1985. The one good thing about Andy Gray says, "Do you remember losing semi-finals? You don't. Thank you, Andy." Yeah, it's better. He's a better pundit than today's pundits, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. If it wasn't for Roy Keane, Sky Sports punditry would be dead. Completely dead. Even on the Overlap podcast that they're doing, without Roy Keane, it is basically garbage.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, and I'm gonna be real, Jill Scott, does she really add that much? No. Other than, for the virtual signaling mob and all of that shit, Token FC and all of that. I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be honest. No. And let's be real, I bring this up for a very good reason, right? She made a sort of like joke about I could do more on the women's game, blah blah blah. And then Roy jumped in, was like, "Oh, is it because of Righty with the whole Ni Luco fucking bollocks?" But again, it's just like, well, you can still do it now. The women's game is begging for a Jill Scott, an Alex Scott, Ni Luco. If her ego weren't through the fucking roof, they'd more than be happy to take them, but they don't. They don't want to do it. You know why?
Yeah.
Because the money ain't there. The money is not viable enough in their minds compared to the men's game. Yeah. Now we could debate whether it's right and wrong with other people. Yeah. No worries, mate. No worries. But people can debate whether it's right or wrong, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, if there was just as much money or more money in the women's game, they'd be over there. But because there's nowhere near as much money in the women's game compared to the men's game, and that's just a fact. There's no pay, nothing like that. It's just facts. It is what it is. And you have to start somewhere, innit? You have to start somewhere. But if you're not willing to build it up right here, right now, it ain't gonna stay like that. And it can easily get worse. Because the truth of the matter is there's not enough women watching women's football or women's sport in general. I'm gonna be real, because the WNBA is an example. They operate on a loss every single year. That's the truth. The NBA have to subsidize part of what they make or whatever and fund the WNBA. They've been doing it for years, and even though it has a few more eyes on it than it did before, it's like, well, it's not even enough. And they could make a few subtle changes. Talking about the WNBA as an example, Shaq made a perfect comment. Lower the fucking rim. lower the backboard, lower the rim, so we can see more dunks in WNBA. Overnight, you'd have more people watching it. But they don't do that. Oh, because of equality. Bullshit. No one really wants equality. And definitely not on their side either. But it is what it is. I digress on that. But yeah, the truth of the matter is, like what you're saying about Everton, spot on, mate. Like Everton, big club. And they were mad successful. They were very successful in the 80s, you know, and no one remembers semi-finals. Do any of these top gooners remember 09 semi-final when we got knocked out by Man United? We lost 1-0 at Old Trafford. In the second home leg, we lost 3-1 to them. Darren Fletcher got sent off. Cristiano Ronaldo scored an absolute humdinger of a free kick from like 40 plus yards out. To be honest, as much as I hate fucking Almunia, that's one of Wenger's worst decisions to make Almunia number one, yeah? Right? Even a better goalkeeper, I don't think would have saved that. Not that much better anyway. So because it was the shot was hit with so much power. It is what it is. But yeah, like I don't even remember so fondly the Europa League semi-final. They don't. They might lie and convince themselves that they don't, or they do rather, unless they genuinely don't, which most of them don't. Let's be real. But like, people only remember the winners, ultimately. Gal's proven that. Christian's proven that.
Yeah.
They all do in the end. They all do in the end, bro. That's it. That's where we're at.
Oh yeah.
And
so
yeah, go on, man.
Oh yeah, I missed most of it. I'm trying to recap. So anyway, so I'm trying. Oh my, yeah. What'd you say? Can you recap?
No. It's the Everton thing. We're just riff-raffing at the moment, innit? Because I'll be here for another like half an hour or so. Yeah. You know, we're just chilling at the moment, innit? Because we all knew this was going to happen anyway. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. But yeah, basically, we're Standards FC. We go through the archives. You know, you were talking about Everton earlier. Andy Gray, top pundit, and again, him and Richard Keys. Whatever you think of Richard Keys or Andy Gray, since they both left, it's never been the same. To be honest, if they knew they could get away with binning Martin Tyler off earlier, they would have done that as well. They would have done that as well, 100%. But they couldn't afford to do it. Just like they can't afford to get rid of Roy Keane. They can't afford to do it. Not for financial reasons, but for traction and personal, personal-ish. But you know what I mean? Like for traction reasons, like, you know, because financially they're pretty much set for now. But once people, you know, stop buying the Sky Sports tonight, and it's the same thing with just the football clubs, period. Hit them where it hurts. Blackpool had terrible owners. Yeah. Was it 10, 15 years ago? They, in the end, got them out by starting to boycott them, hit them in their pockets. Yes, it didn't get rid of them straight away. It took them, 6 years? But they got them out in the end, bro. And that's how many fans? 5,000, whatever, home fan. I don't know what the capacity is, like 10, 15,000, whatever. But they were like 3,000, 4,000, 2,000, probably at the time 1,000 outside, whichever number it was, roughly, give or take. Anyone in the chat, if you can help me out, be much appreciated. But the point I'm making is they got them out. Even if it took 6 years. Look how long it took Newcastle to get fucking Mike Ashley out. The EastEnder. Crazy EastEnder. Daily offender. In more ways than one, you know, he's financially, but you know what I'm saying? He's a scumbag, he's a swindler, he's a crook, hella crook, criminal behaviour and all of that, bro. Like, he almost fucked up the Saudi deal, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how much of a crook he was. Sports Direct, I refuse to go there, bro. It's a shit company. I'll say it live and directed in full effect. Fuck them. EA as well, they don't give a shit about any of us. So why should we give a shit about them? Even if we do play their games or whatever. Fuck them. Fuck them. You know, in this football club, we all have to have that same mind sheet, sing off the same hymn sheet, for want of a better phrase, and be like, fuck this club, until you start acting like a big club. What you promised us when we moved into this soulless bowl is to be competing on the level with Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, not just financially. We've usurped both of them financially. We don't care about the finances. We don't care about how much players cost. Declan Rice cost £105 million. Do we care?
No.
Only if we keep not winning. That's when we're only going to care. But if we're winning, we don't care if he could cost £1 billion. If we're winning every year, one trophy minimum, and we're not counting Community Shields. On this platform, we definitely don't count Community Shields, you know, because these shameless fucking Arteta lovers,
exactly.
They fucking count Community Shields because that's all they have, innit? Because they can't. There's only so long they can go on about that COVID FA Cup, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And I watched that. I watched that as well. I was absolutely gassed. And if Maitland-Niles was onside, Pepe would have scored a fucking screamer. Might have changed the trajectory of his Arsenal career. But fine margins, guys. You know what I'm saying? Fine margins, guys. But this is what we're dealing with, people. This is exactly what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So Arsenal's been the Emirates for nearly 19 years, and so far we haven't competed against Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. It's just like man, I feel like it's the mistake. I think Arsenal leaving Highbury is the biggest mistake. Like the one club in London's competing with the Real Madrid and Bayern Munich has been Chelsea and Man City and Liverpool. We just turned to a bank. We've been a bank for 2 decades now. It's like people, this is never going to end until we got better people in the club. It's going to get worse. The best man. If we got relegated next season, I'll be happy. I'll be happy we get relegated, man. Maybe it's the time for the rebirth of Arsenal Football Club. It's been there. This club's been there for 2 decades. By once a great manager who sold out. And then we got this bomb. He should never managed this club in the first place. He should have gone to a small club. I think with this Vinay, I think here's I'm not going to call some conspiracy theory. I think this guy I think we're linked with Ancelotti and Mourinho because Mourinho went to Tottenham, and then Ancelotti went to Everton. It's like, why we never got Mourinho and Ancelotti? They're both winners. They both won the Champions League. We're trying to win the Champions League. We haven't done that, so far in our history. And we've got this guy who, he just sits around with Pep, another Champions League winner. The guy, and then so far we since trying to get words out. But anyways, so far we've got he should have got sacked 4 years ago when we lost to Villarreal, and we kept him. I don't understand. If that was Real Madrid and Barcelona and Bayern Munich and PSG, if they lose to a small team or a big team in a semi-final, with they're out of the league, out of the cups, you sack him. But no, we have to keep this facade. It's like, we have to keep this club is like, I'm gonna say this club's full of pussies, man. They're full of pussies, like
spineless.
They're so fucking spineless. We got rid of. Also, we got rid of a decent scout in Mislintat. He's not. I don't believe this whole he's diamond eye. He brought in Guendouzi. We binned him. We got rid of Torreira. I think he went to. Did he? I think he went to Atletico Madrid. I think he went
at one point, maybe, but I think he's playing in Italy. I think he's back in Italy now.
Back in Italy, and we binned him. It's like, why? And then we got some dipshit. I don't know we got plenty of scouts, we got too many fucking scouts, but we brought in too many dross. They're not really cutting the mustard. And aside of Rice and Gabriel and Saliba, but
Lucas. Sorry to interrupt, Central man. Lucas Torreira's at Galatasaray. My bad.
Galatasaray.
He was at Atletico Madrid, but Galatasaray, where Osimhen's at, by the way.
Yep,
been doing well, scoring goals and all of that. So it is what it is. But what do I know, innit? But I'm just going to go through a couple of these comments. Partition FC, AFC always big up, back once again. Yeah, exactly. Since we moved to the Emirates, we've only won just over 5 FA Cups. It's not good enough. Yeah, exactly. If we're not a big club and you accept we're not a big club, then accept it. But you won't accept these Arteta lovers, these Captain Black, Jim Jones loving ass motherfuckers will not accept that we're a small club. But they have small club mentality. And that's my issue with the likes of Igal, Christian to a lesser degree, and others, is that their mentality is not good enough. If you want to have that mentality, you go and support another club where they don't win shit.
Yeah,
and you won't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting this. I don't want this channel to be an echo chamber like others. Do you know what I'm saying? I hear that. But at the same time, you've got to be held to account because you'll try and hold us accountable. Mainly it's over bullshit and you're wrong, but that's by the by. But when we hold you lot to the high standards that we set, the high standards that elite sport itself sets, you want to dance around the hedges and all of this bollocks. Like what the fuck are we doing here? But anyway, you know, like big up to the 5 Live viewers watching at the moment. You know, connections moving a little bit mad on my end, technical difficulties. I don't know why. My internet's usually pretty good, but anyway, we move. And for me, it's very, very fucking simple. What you said earlier about, you know, if we get relegated, then we might actually see some actual changes. You're spot on. I had a dream like this once, and I don't know whether you can call it a dream or a nightmare, but either way, I was sleeping and then woke up and I was like, I dreamed of Arsenal getting relegated, the club folding, and then starting again. A bit like Wimbledon, by the way, where they went from Wimbledon to MK Dons. But instead of going from Wimbledon to MK Dons, we go from Arsenal to Highbury FC. Just as an example. I know it's a basic name, but we are North London. And not North London forever together, you fucking cunts. But anyway, we move on that. But like, we start again. It's made by the fans, for the fans. We have a say, we have a stake, just like the German clubs do. You know, the Schalkers and all of that. Schalke, who are in Bundesliga 2 or 2, basically. And they have a proper tifo, by the way. And they were mocking us. Basically, the equivalent of the championship in Germany are mocking us. And Schalke have a very rich history in Europe as well, and even domestically. Schalke ain't no tin pot club, bro. They've had to deal with their bullshit. The club not being run properly and all that. But the fans hold those players, manager, board of directors, owner, whatever. They hold them, the hierarchy, accountable, basically, which is what not enough of us do here. We do here, but the rest of them fuckers, Captain Black looking ass, Jim Jones loving motherfuckers, they don't. And this is the problem. If we go to Highbury FC, and we move and then just build a Highbury, almost a replica, right? Start again, start in the conference or whatever, build our way up. I'm sure there's plenty of investors in North London. There's plenty of people with money in London anyway, but trust me, there'll probably be a Saudi consortium or another consortium around the world, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, whatever stand, do you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not going to lie. I don't want no American owners, not unless they're serious, because it's like once in a like, do you know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. You know, I don't hate Americans. I don't really hate anyone. Definitely when it comes to nationalities and all that period. But when it comes to football, Americans don't understand it.
They don't get it.
Canadians don't understand it. They understand business and all of that, but they don't understand the football culture. You know, the whole relegation and things. They don't get it.
They don't get it.
That's why their sports do so well, because they understand it. It's not just about making. They're invested emotionally, like fully. Do you know what I'm saying? They get it. The Cronkies are more invested with their franchises. I get it. It is what it is. But we really need Saudi owners that do understand football, that do get football, that are not just wealthy and want to invest, but they're passionate. They understand. They want to win. They want us to be taken seriously. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what Newcastle are doing. They're just at the start. Watch how they end up. Watch how they end up. Look what happened with Chelsea. And then they took it off of Roman Abramovich. In a way, I'm kind of glad they did, but the way they did it, you know, with our government and all that, bit of bullshit, I'm not going to lie. But it is what it is. You see what's been happening at Man United, one of the biggest clubs on the planet. Disgraceful. Liverpool hasn't been run well for the longest.
Exactly.
FSG haven't been brilliant, but they've got a good enough hierarchy, and now they've won the league, innit? So they'll be all right. Do you know what I'm saying? And then now you've got Villa with their American owners. They're doing well at the moment.
Yeah.
But they need to get to a point where either they start winning shit or time to change the ownership. Because Aston Villa ain't no tin pot club like Everton either. Everton are moving into a new stadium next season. Tottenham will always be Tottenham, but they've won stuff before. They'll win stuff again at some point. I just don't want it to be this year. So there we go.
Yeah, and also like Nottingham Forest got like a Greek owner. Like, and they're not a tin pot club, Nottingham Forest. They're another former giant. And I think Leeds got like owned by the 49ers. They're not a tin pot club. They were the big club in the 60s and 70s. Dirty Leeds, you know. We're possibly
Leeds aren't a small club either.
Yeah, they're like we're classy Arsenal. We're singing like North London forever. You know, why I'd rather be Dirty Leeds, you know, go around punching at people, you know, being that hard motherfuckers, come out to pitch, fight and win, singing March On together, you know. But
they won the championship with 100 points, I believe. They're looking to get in that German manager who's was managing in, it was either Al Hilal or something, or the team that just won the Champions League, I think Asian Champions League. I think it was Al Hilal, but he's managing the same team or the same players of the likes of Ivan Toney, Riyad Mahrez, and them lot. Do you know what I'm saying? And he won back-to-back titles, trophies with Salzburg. And he's younger than Arteta. You could debatably say he's better looking than Arteta. Best looking German we know, apparently. What phase is he in?
Exactly.
But again, whether they're younger or older, it doesn't matter. Arteta is their Lord and Saviour. I'm sure you've heard me say that before, Central Man, on other streams and shit like that. He is their Lord and Saviour. Tim Jones, Captain Black, Mr. Ron Settings, bro. We are dealing with forces that we don't. Well, we understand it, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't. And this is the most frustrating thing. Leeds, they won't get relegated unless they absolutely fuck up.
Nah.
Like Southampton just don't give a shit, innit? But like Ipswich, and Leicester. It was more Leicester I'm looking at, because Leicester, they've won 2 more trophies than basically they won the league and then they won the FA Cup. FA Cup in 2021. They won the league in 2016 when we bought only Petr Cech. Go figure. And we were in for Jamie Vardy, but our negotiation, obviously Dick Law at the time, absolute shit show. But like the point that I'm making, bro, is that this whole process of like it takes time. Leicester have won 2 trophies, got relegated, come back up, and now they're relegated again. Basically, they got relegated, come back up, and then they got relegated again, right?
No, they're just basically yo-yoing.
Yeah, exactly. They fucked up this season. Ipswich they didn't do enough, and then Southampton couldn't give a fuck. Yeah. If I was head of Premier League or head of English football, I would get rid of these parachute payments. I would put that money towards the League Cup and the FA Cup. So instead of 150, 80 million, 200 million, what it is for the playoffs and all that shit, and 100 mil for the parachute payments, put that 100 million towards the League Cup, and put that 200 million towards the FA Cup,
exactly, and
then just increase the money for winning the Premier League by about 50 mil. Or even 100 mil. Don't tell me they don't have that money. No one can tell me that they don't have that money. And watch how many teams take the FA Cup seriously. Fair play to Palace for now, because at least they have it. They tried to have a go. Villa, they just fell off in it after the Champions League, and they might even not get the Champions League. They might just end up getting Europa or Conference League. You know, Newcastle, they done what they needed to do. Europe is secured for them. But they're still going for the Champions League. Eddie Howe, what phase is he in, by the way? He's won the same amount of trophies as Arteta, number one. But the reason why he's better than Arteta, not just for winning that trophy, but winning it in front of fans, bruv. Half of them being Newcastle and Liverpool, granted, but I don't fucking care. Full fucking stadium. Arteta could only do it when no one was there, bruv. Water break champions. saying something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, go back to They need to stop. Why could you just copy the Bundesliga? They've got this 50+ rule thing. Yeah, I feel like why? Yeah, the league. I could be like 100 million, 120 million to win the league. Top 4, top 5, about 25 million or 50. 25 million or 50. No, I say 50 million to qualify for the Champions League. Europa League, Conference League, about like half, about 15, 20 million. And then, when you get relegated, you lose money. And promotion, you can say about 10 million to get promoted, and then, you can have 2 million, you can have 2 million to win the playoffs, and then, and now it's just like right now, like if you like finish some place in the league, you get money. It's like, why? Like they don't. Like this is why I think English football is a laughing stock, man. I feel like leagues with other countries, like haven't trying to have a go. They don't care about top 4. They don't care about qualify finish like in that certain place. Like like. For us, it's just like, who cares about who finished, like people, I bet small clubs don't make it into a big deal. For us, we're making it into a big deal. We don't we don't win, like this whole Sky Sports with the whole top 4. Well, now it's the top 5 races heating up, like in a race, it's only one winner to the finish line. That's it. There's no 5. It's like, man, this is like it's gone back. It's ass backwards. Like it's like could we like not centuries ago, like 50, 40 years ago. One team wins the league, get into the European Cup, and I feel like second or third they'll get like into the UEFA Cup. The cup winners wins the Cup Winners' Cup. It's just like exactly, I think it'd be cool if they just like this league needs to go do like what Bundesliga doing, 50+ rule, like get rid of the parachute payments, at least like
it's killing English football, bro. It is absolutely killing English football, and you're 100% spot on, right on the money with that one. Like if you get relegated, you shouldn't be rewarded with 100 mil. You should get nothing, bro. Because really and truly, let's just say, for argument's sake, we get rid of the parachute payments and we do that structure similar to what I've said and what you've said as well. So, like, if you win the championship, let's say you get like 50 million or whatever. So then, like, you're rewarding success. But then if you get automatic promotion, you'll get half of that, innit? 25 million, even in this economy, inflation and all of that. It's not too high, but it's not too low either. And then the clubs really have to think about how they manage their finances and all that shit. But they can still keep the money that they've been getting in the past. But basically what that means is whatever money you have stashed away wherever on a Caribbean island, remote island or whatever, the Cayman Islands, is a popular one as an example, right? Then you really have to manage the club or you'll go bust or have to go into administration. Because basically this is the real Super League, isn't it? Fans protesting about a Super League, but the Premier League is the Super League. It's been the Super League for over 15 years, pretty much, compared to all the other leagues in the world, not just in Europe, right? Yeah. And the fact that it only gives you 500k or basically like $1 million or whatever to win the League Cup, but only 7 million, 8 million to win the FA Cup is a disgrace.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an absolute disgrace. That's why part of the reason, it's not the only reason by far, a lot of our fans' mentalities, English mentality, like, oh, but he worked his socks off. Oh, but he trained so hard. Oh, like, he's kissing the badge, and all of that fucking... But no, we're tired of that. This country doesn't respect ballers, regardless of what colour they are, especially in this day and age. They don't respect ballers. They don't respect the Phil Fodens. Granted, he's had a poor season. Yeah, but he's had a poor season because he's had a poor season. Not because he's technically not good enough, because he's had a poor season. Yeah. And then you have the likes of Garnachas, who are praised to the hill. Yeah. He's not had a good season, but he's shit.
Exactly.
Garnachas, Trashmas, Donku, aka Jeremy Doku, bruv, that
Yeah.
fucking midget-looking donkey-ass motherfucker, right? Shit, PP, pay some power merchants. I'm sick of them. And give it a year or two. I don't even want to wait that long, but it'll probably be the case. I want to see them eradicated from football, period. Because we're seeing it in other leagues. The only difference is they don't get praised to the hilt en masse. So, as an example, Nico Williams, who plays for Bilbao, he'll get a bit of praise here and there when he scores goals and win games. But that's as far as it goes, bro. Even by their own fans, because he came through the academy, born and raised there, whatever. Yeah. Just like how I was born and raised here, I'm sure you are as well, whatever. But that's how it is, isn't it? But you don't just praise shit, especially when they come from elsewhere or whatever. You know, that's fine. I don't care about having players from overseas. I've never had an issue with that. But they better be good. Whether we bring them up from the academy, homegrown, or from overseas, buying them from other clubs around the world, Europe, whatever, tech is number one, not fucking pace and power. The whole turning athletes into ballers doesn't work, especially in football. You might be able to get away with it with certain other sports, rugby as one, for example, but even then, there's a limit. Do you know what I'm saying? But in football, you can't get away with that. Because when you have so many of that influx in, look at Brazil now. Brazil is dying. It's not like it's not that there's a lack of talent. They just don't put the talent out there, bro.
Exactly.
You got fucking Rafinha. Now, albeit he's had a great season, but technically he ain't the greatest.
Yeah.
Vinny Jr., scrubby. Gabriel Jesus, his career's been destroyed, but I do rate his tech. Rodriguez hasn't had a good season, but I do kind of rate his tech.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? Bruno Guimaraes. But there's a handful of players. And then you're looking at Gabriel. He's a brilliant defender, but he's not like Thiago Silva. He's not Sergio Ramos. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not that good defender. Still great, but it is what it is. Marquinhos is good, but he's good on the ball, but he can't really defend. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a much of a muchness, isn't it? He's a bozo. Yeah. He's got the bozo gene. And the best thing about Brazil is they're goalkeepers. Yeah, they've got two world-class elite level goalkeepers. That is it. It's literally for Brazil. It's Neymar, inshallah, or bust. That is it. With English football, get rid of the parachute payments, right fucking now, fucking now. Put all of that money and divide it, split it to the League Cup, the FA Cup, Premier League winners, a bit for the Championship winners, and so on and so forth. The winner of the playoff should only get 10, 15 mil. 15 mil at absolute most.
Exactly.
That is it. Yeah. That is it. And I wouldn't even give them a trophy, bro.
Yeah, don't give them
just
a trophy.
Like with the automatic promotion. You got into the Premier League, cool. You might get all you get is a bollard, a billboard, whatever. Yeah. You know, that Toblerone shaped fucking thing, whatever you want to call it, yeah? You get that sign where it's like you're promoted. That's all you get. You don't get no fucking trophy because you didn't win it. You didn't do what Leeds did. You didn't do what Newcastle have done, I believe, twice. They won the Championship twice. It is. I know it's not considered as a major trophy, but they won their league. Fair enough. A trophy's a trophy still. And it's played under professional rules. So it might not be a major. It's considered a minor, for obvious reasons. But, like, you see where I'm going with this, bro. Like, and then, like, what you mentioned before with the Europa League and Conference League. Like, you'll get a bit of money, like 30, 40 mil, like 30 for Conference League, 40 for Europa League, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Plus the money you get for finishing at a certain position. But even then, like, was it 250, 300 mil for finishing first in the Premier League? But then after that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there should be like a good 100 mil difference minimum for finishing second, yeah? And then you break it down, you could divide it 25 mil less if you finish third, 25 mil less if you finish fourth, and so on. So as an example, if you finish sixth, you'll probably get like about 100, maybe 125 mil, plus the 30, 40 mil. So in total, you get 160 mil if you finish sixth and qualify for the Europa League, yeah? That's calm, innit? But if you win the League Cup, you get a lot more money, plus you get Conference League, get it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things, but it will incentivize more teams going out to win the trophies. You know what I'm saying? So yes, with league finish, you'll still get a lot of money because there's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
But finishing 7th and not winning a League Cup, it shouldn't be more than winning the League Cup itself.
No.
So you could finish 15th and you get, like, let's say for argument's sake, like 50 mil, maybe even less. I'm not going to say give or take, but 50 mil or less for finishing 15th. You win the Conference League. The Conference League, you get like, let's say you get like anywhere between 50 to 100 mil, because let's be real, them earnings need to be upped. Do you know what I'm saying? Same with the Europa League and the Champions League as well. You actually win more. You actually get more money by winning the Premier League than winning the Champions League, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. You could debate whether the Premier League's harder to win compared to the Champions League, but the Champions League, especially what it is now, like it's the holy grail, and it kind of always has been since its inception. The Premier League, the first division's always been great. I'm not knocking it, just like with the FA Cup, but even more so with the FA Cup. But I do understand and get the levels. What I don't understand is why these fans accept. Forget Arteta. We haven't spoken about Arteta for the last, 15, 20 minutes. We're talking about standards, bro.
Yeah,
with English football. Yeah, because, I went through the PSG Arsenal in-depth review. Well, it wasn't really in-depth, but I just reviewed it as in-depth as I possibly could quite quickly. Because what else do we really need to say about that game than what's already been said? Even on your side, do you know what I'm saying? Which is why, with the way I titled it, there's going to be more in it. We've done 2 hours already. Yeah. It is what it is. We've got a few more comments. We'll go through that right now. I think it's this one I'm on. Yeah. Big up AFC always, each and every single time. Dunno. Change it to no trophies forever, because that's what's happening with this Clanton. Yeah. He won't win a major trophy again. One and that's it. I don't see him winning another trophy. His ego, and people, there was one either in the comments on my last stream or in another stream where they were talking to me about, or saying either way, but what if Arteta goes West Ham and all of that? He won't, because his ego won't allow going from Arsenal to a club that finishes lower, even though they won the same amount of trophies during that time, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the fucking problem, mate. And it's always been the problem. But big up anyway. AFC always, yeah. Bring back hot stuff if you know, you know. Yeah. Yeah, big up, man. Big up. Leeds United just won the league and the championship, and they're going to sack their manager.
Standards.
The freaking standards, guys. The fucking standards, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what we've been talking about for the last 20 minutes or so. We have dissected more about where English Football Club needs to be than even the problems with Arsenal and the Arsenal game itself, where we got knocked out by PSG. And rightly so, by the way. There's a reason for that. Because I want to bring variety to this channel. And especially in this particular case when it comes to Arsenal. And, there's going to be more football talk, more football-related shit as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just stick to one thing. And I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those guys where, we're just going to talk about the same thing, constantly repeating myself way too many times. I'm not going to do that. Whether it's just me on my ones or we have Central Man as an example as a guest, big up your damn self every single time. Do you know what I'm saying? And I've had Aaron on this show before. Big up. Subscribe to Aaron Talks Arsenal. Doing all kinds of great shit, man. Word up. My fucking G, yeah? But, for me, right, we have so much to talk about, and it goes beyond, Arsenal related. We could go through the history of English football. We could go through the history of Arsenal. And we've just gone through, basically, the lack of standards and how piss poor they have basically coerced, a bit like what they've done with COVID, and now everyone kind of accepts deep down that it's bullshit, and it has been. I've always known this, but, it is what it is. Another conversation for another day and all of that shit, yeah? But they've done the same. It's the same premise, the same process with lowering the standards of English football, right? Yeah, Leeds United are going to sack their manager after winning, not automatically promoting, not winning the playoff, which shouldn't even really be uttered, but just winning the playoff final, basically getting promoted. Yeah, they won the fucking championship with 100 points. By the way, to be honest, let me just have a look at this right now. I'm just gonna go through, have a look at the championship history. Unless you know, Central Man, the last team to win the championship by 100 points or more. Because, was it? Yeah, Leeds, 29 wins, 13 draws, 4 losses, 65 goal difference. That's 12 more than Burnley, by the way. That's basically 38 more than Sheffield United. You know, so... And Sheffield United and Bristol City are in the playoff final. So yeah, this is what we're fucking doing here, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is where it's at. And I mean, it's just a fucking joke. Just bear with me 1 sec. I'm just gonna try and see if there's they should have it on the official website, but I don't think they do. I'm going to have to do the Wikipedia thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. So basically... Right. Okay. So we're going to do this from 04, 05 to now, innit? Yeah? I'm just gonna read it out, yeah? One by one. Sunderland won the championship in 05 with 94 points. Reading won it in 05-06 with 106. Sunderland 88 in 07. West Brom 81 in 08. That's quite low by championship standards.
Yeah.
Especially with them playing 46 games. Wolverhampton 09 with 90 points. Newcastle United 2010 on 102. QPR 88 in 11. Reading 89 in the 2012. Cardiff 87 points 2013. Leicester in 2013-14 with 102. Couple of years later, they won the league, by the way, the Premier League, that is.
Yeah.
Best believe that. Bournemouth, 14-15 season, 90 points. Burnley, 93 in the 16 season. Newcastle won it with 94 points in the 17 season. Wolves with 99 in the 18 season. 18-19, Norwich on 94. 2020 season, COVID season, pretty much. Leeds won it on 93. Norwich in the 21 season, 97. Fulham in the 22 season, won it with 90 points. Burnley in the 23 season with 101. Leicester in 24 with 97, and then Leeds with 100 this season just gone, yeah?
Yeah.
And also Burnley, well, they're pretty much like finished second with yeah. But basically, so Reading in 06, so that's 1. Newcastle in 2010, that's 2. Leicester in 14, that's 3. And then Leeds United this season just gone. So that's 4 teams in the last 20 years that have won the championship by 100 points or more. And the biggest amount was, I believe it was Reading that I read out. Was it 106 points? Yeah, in 05-06. So Leeds just didn't win it just. They didn't just win it well. They won it extravagantly. And they sacked their manager, bro. Because they know deep down that fucking Daniel Farker can't keep a team in the Premier League. He proved it with Norwich.
Yeah, exactly.
He brought Norwich up before in one of them.
Yeah,
by winning the Championship as well.
You got
twice. Yeah, twice. So this is what we're dealing with. But yet these fucking Captain Black, Jim Jones ass loving motherfuckers drinking the Kool-Aid and all that bullshit, right? They just haven't they just haven't fallen over, folded like a deck of cards yet, but it's coming. And they want to keep this manager in. I heard one guy say, I can't remember his name or whatever, but he said, till the wheels fall off.
Yep.
I mean, what are we dealing with here? This is exactly what we're dealing with.
Yep.
Next level bullshit. Next level fucking bullshit. I think just one more comment. Because I'm gonna wrap up shortly in it, do you know what I'm saying? Because it's late and I still haven't eaten my dinner. Although I did have a snack earlier, but that's just me, bro. It is weird. I'm sure you want.
It's almost 11.
Yeah. I'm sure you want to have dinner if you haven't already, and if you have, fair play. I'm sure you'll chill and all of that. You know, it's Friday again. It's Saturday, Sunday, and all of that shit. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? I saw you with that Guinness earlier, innit? So I'll be having my Desperado later.
It's John Smith's.
Oh, it's John Smith's. Oh. Generational stinker and hooked from Nats, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Nats has had an absolute fucking howler with that one, let's just say. But yeah, John Smith's. I used to love them fucking adverts, bro. I used to fuck it. That Avit. That's what we should have done fucking on Wednesday night. If we if Declan Rice took his charts, got another one, a bit of Avit and all of that shit, who knows? We could have stunk our way to the Champions League final. But no, Arteta wants to play, you know, stinky, spicy, but very mouldy Stoke.
Yeah.
And gets knocked out with a whimper.
Yep.
It's very weak. Emperor Palpatine settings, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, big up AFC always. I wish Liverpool would lift that Prem trophy against Arsenal just to see the look on Top Gooners. Yeah. I mean, they need that. They desperately need that shit. Because we knew the title was done at Tottenham. Like, I knew they would win. I didn't think they'd win by that much. I thought it'd be a bit closer because I thought Tottenham would try and, you know, put in a performance. But then again, they've got the Europa League, so I could understand in the end why they didn't. But yeah, it is what it is. But I'll tell you what, we're going to wrap up, guys. You know, gone a bit. Well, I say a bit over, but I said I was going to do 2 hours, give or take. But because I'm late, you guys deserve it. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up to every one of you. Smash the like button, subscribe, put a comment in, you know, share it if you want. You know what to do, people, each and every single time. Elite, world-class chat. Best believe that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a poet. I fully well know it, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Central, man.
Yep.
Where can we find you? Like, what have you got coming up, brother? Pause.
Oh yeah, not much. You can follow me. Yeah, you can. I'm on YouTube, Central Man Network. You know, and also I got another channel called Central Man Sports. Trying to grow that channel. It's about covering sports on the second channel. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to find it right now because I want to put the link in the chat. If you could put it on the private or even put it in the chat, what your channel is, because I'm trying to find it and I can't. Because I really want to do that since you've given up so much of your time. I do much appreciate it, brother. But
Like, one second.
Yeah, no worries. And I'll put both of those channels in as well, by the way.
Yeah, but let's see. Boy, okay, 1 second. And oopsie, wrong. Oh, 1 second. Malik. Oops. Did I share? No, 1 second.
Yeah, I couldn't find it, mate. So it's just like,
Yep. That's my second. That's my second channel. I'll paste it. I just post it on the chat.
Nice. Oh, you put it. Oh, yeah, you put it in the live chat. Hang on.
I'll put it in the live chat. Yeah.
It's not refreshing for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, again, technical difficulties, but it should come up. Why is it not coming up? What is going on here? This stream is doing a generational stinker and hooks.
Yeah. Let me put it on.
I can't see it as well. AFC. Yeah. I can't see it as well. Yeah. So yeah, just put it in the private, and I'll put it in the chat. So that's your second channel, right?
Yeah, second channel. Yeah.
Okay. See if. Yeah, it should be there. Let me know in the chat before I go if you can see that. So that's your. So is that your main channel? Or is that your second channel?
That's my second channel. You know, I can put. Let me post the main.
Put the main channel, in the private as well, because I want to get both of them in it, because you've been a brilliant guest, unbelievable.
You can mod me.
100%, and I'll subscribe as well. AFC just subscribed as well. Big up. Right. That's it.
And that's the main channel.
Right. Okay. I've just subscribed, and the one the bottom there. Cool.
Yep.
I'm going to subscribe to that one as well, and put this one. Oh, hang on. Just give me a sec. There we go. Put that in here as well. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Nice one. Cool. Nice one. So you got some WWE stuff on there. Nice.
Yeah.
So subscribe to both channels, guys. Much appreciated. I will be back here tomorrow. I will try and be here for 7, and if I am later, it won't be anywhere near as late Jamaican time settings as I was tonight. But what I will do, again, big up to this elite world-class chat as always. Yep, nice one, AFC. I've done that as well. Big up. Your damn selves each and every single time. Like, subscribe. On the road to 100 subs. We will be there. More than you believe. More than you believe. Subscribe to Central Man Network, both channels, and the main channel is nearly on. It's over 400 subs. Road to 500, bruv, and get the second channel up as well. Get that to I'd say 25 subs to start with as a target, or 50. 25 subs. No, I just want to gauge it with you, obviously, because it's your channels. But like and subscribe. You know what to do. Thank you to everyone that fucking tuned in and all that shit. And Arteta, Holt, Cronkies. If they don't sort this shit, they can get the fuck out. And Berta, if you don't do shit in the year, then I'm afraid he'll have to go too. So, it is what it is, people.